ladies and gentlemen, I'm Adam Wolf from Gamers Platform, and today I bring you another update video for PUBG. They snuck out update 9 and 10 under my nose. Of course, I haven't really been paying attention because the game angers me so. But I still feel as though I have a duty to uphold here, and I need to bring the latest and greatest updates to you on this game, and any other game that I feel like doing update videos for. Which reminds me, stay tuned for the Heroes of the Storm update video that's coming up after this. But we're going to be going over update 9 and 10. I know, usually it's just one update, but I mean, it's yet another situation where one update is actually kind of small compared to the other one. So we can easily go over these two updates pretty quickly, hopefully, in the time span of this particular playthrough, as you can see the B-roll in the video here. Anyway, so let's get going with update number 9. We're not just going to go over bug fixes because it's actually a pretty short list here. One of the newest features to make its way to PUBG is spectating your killer. I wonder where they got that idea from. Fortnite. Players can now spectate their killer by clicking the watch button on their match results screen. Solo killer spectating. I'm not sure what that means. If you get killed by the blue zone, the red zone, or from falling, you can spectate the nearest player from your death location. So it's just like they wanted to make sure that, you know, you couldn't blame the red zone or the blue zone or poor mechanics from killing you. Oh my god. The blue zone and red zone aren't poor mechanics. The red zone should just disappear, first of all. But the blue zone, obviously, if you get caught out in that, I mean, late game, it definitely kicks your butt. But in the early games, if you get killed by it, you're just a pleb. When the player you were spectating dies, you can continue spectating the killer of that player. I did not try this feature. Okay, spoiler alert, I died in this footage. But I didn't bother to try the feature. I think it was there. I don't know. I just wanted to exit out because I feel like I should have won the fight against the guy who killed me, but that's just me. If the player you were spectating gets disconnected, you can continue spectating their killer. Like gets disconnected as in they leave after they die? Or they just get disconnected during the fight? Like, what does that mean? What if they get disconnected, that means they didn't get killed. So they don't have a killer. So the killer is bad networking. So we're going to spectate an Ethernet cable the whole time? Duo and squad killer spectating. I guess they're just mentioning... Oh, I see. Okay, so those... I see. So those are titles. This blog post is not nicely laid out at all. These are titles. Solo killer spectating, that's actually a section, and duo and squad killer spectating, that's the other section. I wish that the person who writes these blog posts gets fired. Same as above, but you can only spectate the enemy. I'm going to separate these two, by the way, just so that you guys see an actual how to lay out a blog post patch note list. Same as above, but can only spectate the enemy team after all of your team members are dead, which makes sense. I mean, it'd be cheating otherwise. You can report a player you are spectating in killer spectate mode by pressing R. Oh, good. They're streamlining the process. That doesn't work. Last, if you click Death Cam, you won't be able to use the killer spectate mode. So, that's a bit weird. Why would you take that away? Is it because the death cam mode is a completely separate mode or something? Like, why would you not be able to just go back and watch your killer if you use death cam? Why? I don't understand that. You can't just switch back to the game? I mean, once you leave the game to watch your death cam, that's it? You can't just put them back in the game? Makes no sense. UI/UX... One change to the UI. The default setting for voice chat changed to team only. I don't use voice chat anyway. People are annoying. I turned that off so long ago because the people that play this game are children. Bug fixes. Fixed a bug where vehicles suddenly flip, go flying, or come back to the starting point while driving. Well, that's going to put a damper in your driving skills. Fixed a bug where the IGN, in-game name, by the way, not the crappy company, of your killer was not shown when viewing death cam. I mean, you know, do you call that a bug, or do maybe you call that a feature? Because maybe somebody doesn't want to get harassed. And adjusted the rotation axis for the preview model and customization menu for better usability. Adjusted the rotation axis for the preview model in customization mode. Cool. I haven't been in customization mode in a long time just because I've already got all the gear I want on my character. Moving on to update number 10. This is the big one here, okay? This is one that actually was mentioned a while ago, but hasn't been implemented until now. In this patch, the blue zone got a significant overhaul, as they have mentioned, and I even mentioned in previous update videos. So just a safe zone and blue zone functionality. Also, in-game clothing spawns have been removed, which is also something I found out myself watching... I think Level Cap's recent This Week in Gaming. Good. First of all, getting rid of the in-game clothing spawn. What was the point of that? Who cares if you picked it up and it's just like, I mean, it did nothing, okay, except just be there, making it impossible to pick up the gun you're trying to pick up. You know, instead of picking up the gun, you pick up a shirt, and it's like, I already have the shirt I want to wear. You know, it's just it was stupid. The point of having clothing in the game made no sense. I mean, unless you could pick up the clothing in game and keep it, that would have been fine. And that's what I thought when I went into the game the first time. But no, that is not the case. So clothing has been removed completely from in game, so you can no longer actually pick up clothing instead of weapons, which is good. They say that it's supposed to improve performance, but I'm not sure about that. I didn't see a significant difference. But I'm going to be going over the blue zone. Let's see. Okay, so they say that the blue zone delay time has been reduced. You'll be given less time to linger between phases. However, maybe it was just in this game, I was just lucky that I, dropped basically next to the play area, and it just seemed like it was taking just as long. But I mean, I guess later on in the game, mid to late game, it did feel shorter, but I just didn't feel like there was a significant change overall with the blue zone. The maximum movement speed of the blue zone has been reduced. The blue zone will move more slowly toward the end of the game. Okay, so toward the end of the game, the blue zone, although it reduced in time, moves slower. It allows players to actually, get away from it. The damage inflicted by 7th, 8th, and 9th blue zones has been increased. So, if you thought you died fast before, you're going to die in 5 seconds. Let's just put it that way. And the 7th, 8th, and 9th blue zones. I'm just estimating 5 seconds, 3 seconds, 1 second. I don't know. Maybe it'll insta-kill you in the last one. Who knows? Except for the first blue zone, the probability of creating an extreme safe zone, one far away from the center of the previous circle, has been reduced by 30%. So circles will no longer be miles apart from each other, which is good. I did actually feel like it stuck around a particular area. I was in the safe zone for the majority of this play time, but I don't know why I keep saying that. This game, I did feel as though I was in the area of the play zone for the majority of the time, which is good. I'm happy about that, so I don't have to travel miles, or kilometers if you're not in America, to get to the next play zone. So that's good. That's except for the first blue zone, of course. The final blue zone will narrow down to the center instead of narrowing down to a random spot. All right, so it's a little bit more predictable as to where the circle's going to end up, which is good. We need some predictability, okay? Randomness is fine, But when you got people running around like chickens with their heads cut off, it's kind of like, you know, there's no strategy. You can't have a strategy because you assume that you have to make assumptions at this point. You have to assume that the circle's going to end up here, but then it ends up over here, and you're just like, well, our strategy just changed. And the total wait time, including the blue zone inactive time, has been reduced. 195 seconds to 90 seconds. They tacked off 105 seconds. And the total wait time, including the blue zone inactive time, has been reduced. So, like, are you talking about the very last one where it's just a circle? Damn, we had 195 seconds? That's a long wait time. Okay, so now you only have 90 seconds, a minute and a half to make a move. So they really are trying to streamline action here. As the end of the match approaches, the safe zone will increasingly favor areas with land over areas with water. All right, good, because sometimes the blue zone just ended up in the weirdest places. So at least you know that the game will potentially end on land instead of in the water. On Erangel specifically, the first save zone will now be revealed 30 seconds earlier. So that'll make deciding your tactics a little bit quicker. So that's good. On Miramar specifically, players can now see the first safe zone while flying in the airplane. Why? Why can't that be for Erangel too? Why did it have to be different for both maps? That makes no sense. We may or may not carry this over to the next live update. We want your feedback about this change. Our feedback has never been taken into consideration. So what does it matter what people say? In-game clothing spawns have been removed from all maps. Other items spawn balance remains the same. Improvements were made. I gotta keep going through this because, well, this game lasted maybe 26 minutes, so let's keep it going here. Improvements were made mainly on northern part, northeast, northwest of Miramar to make it more appealing of an area, and I'll show you guys a screenshot of that map right now. The Oasis can now be found in the north, and Alcantara, village has been added to the northwest. We've added more roads, off-road paths, and car spawning positions to facilitate easy travel into and out of the area. Higher tier loot is now more likely to spawn in specific areas of the north of Miramar. And we've optimized the GPU performance of buildings seen from mid-range on all maps. Okay. Well, my experience on Erangel is that it still stutters like a mother. There's still object popping. There's still texture popping. There's still tons of crap that needs to be fixed first. Moving on to the user interface improvements or changes or whatever. Improvements to teams. Okay, I'm going to guess that's a title again. Fired! You can now send requests for invitations by clicking the invite button on another player's career screen. If you are a team leader, you can now kick your team members. Oh my god, so much trolling there. You can also kick any team member using Team tab in the friends list found at the bottom right corner of the screen. So, you now have a kick function that can be horribly exploited and unfair to be used against somebody who doesn't know it. And onto the bug fixes. Footsteps should now always make sound when walking on tarp or carpet. I thought they always made sound, period. Like I didn't think that they didn't make sound on carpet or tarp. Have I ever walked on tarp? I don't even know if I've walked on tarp. I have no idea. Fixed an issue causing some objects to become invisible at particular distances. Well, that's always a problem. Indoor plants should no longer block bullets. They were blocking bullets? And who's shooting through them anyway? I don't trust this game's collision detection. Okay, so if you're shooting through plants thinking that they're going to go through, you should think again. Fixed and removed some weirdly placed road signs, plants, and stairs. All right. I don't think I ever actually came across some weirdly placed road signs, plants, or stairs. Fixed an issue that broke the killer spectating function whenever the killer died too quickly after taking out the spectating player. And fixed an issue that players take no damage by exiting while driving if he was injured. He or she, okay, let's be all-inclusive now, was injured by a vehicle crash before he ride on. My God! Somebody fire this person. They can't even speak English. It's really hard to just understand that last line. Fixed an issue that player takes no... Okay, first of all, fixed an issue where the player takes no damage by exiting the vehicle while driving if they were injured by the vehicle crash or the vehicle crashing before they rode on. I don't know what they're trying to say here. I mean, I guess this could be summed up. Fix an issue where the player takes no damage by exiting the vehicle if they were injured by a vehicle crash. I don't know. I don't know what that's... I guess I understand sort of what that's supposed to say. God. Not only is the caliber of the development team in question, but now I'm questioning the caliber of the people they hire to write these damn blog posts, okay? How simple is it to write a blog post in proper English? I mean, come on, man. Nobody proofreads this stuff anymore. God. Ah. My God. Anyway, gonna show you guys. Also, I forgot to mention I wanted to do this in the middle, but they have a little chart here. I'm gonna take a screenshot of her. It's just like I'll copy and paste of the blue zone delay, the speed, and the damage. They've laid it out in some charts here for us. So if you guys want to take a look at that real quick, we can see that you know. They lay it out in numbers, obviously, and they tell you each from 1 to 9, all the blue zones, damage models, and all that stuff. So by the time you get to blue zone number 9, before it was only doing like 11 damage per tick. Now it does 14. It's actually a pretty significant boost if you think about it. But it seems as though the damage models from Blue Zone 1 to 6 are all the same. So there were no changes. It was just, as they mentioned, 7, 8, 9 do more damage. And then they talk about the speed and zone delay and stuff like that. So you can pause the video if you want, take a look at that. But you can also see it on the website, as I will be leaving, of course, the patch notes down in the description below, the links to the patch notes. If you want to see this abomination of English down here at the bottom, that'll be cool. Obviously, I'm going to have it on the screen. You could see what I copied and pasted, okay? It's ludicrous. They clearly don't have an English-speaking person writing these things. I don't know what's going on there, but it's really annoying. It annoys me that I've written blogs before, okay? I want to bring that website back, but, you know, I got to figure something out. I proofread all my blog posts before I put them out. If something doesn't sound right, I take it out or I edit it. I mean, what's the point of having an editor if they're not going to freaking proofread? God, just annoying. This game. Also, might I add, the beginning of the game still lags like a motherfucker, okay? Still experiencing massive network problems at the beginning of the game. Like, what the hell, guys? You've already loaded in 100 people. Where's the lag coming from? It's just, again, and I mentioned earlier, the object popping, the texture popping. It's just it's all there still. Also, people are saying, they're not saying region lock China anymore. It's now add map selection, I think is what the internet's doing now. So that's cool. Because the new Savage map is back in the experimental test server, which I don't know why they have to have multiple test servers. This seems ridiculous to me. Oh, because you got to sign up for this one. How about you just put it on the test server and just let people play with it? Like, what a bunch of idiots. So that's the updates, the patches, patch 9 and 10. Again, I apologize for letting it skip over me. I didn't even notice. But we got to it. Not that long. sort of. I mean, I, you know, give my 2 cents here and there. I hope you liked this video. Hope it was informative. I guess I don't mind the changes to the blue zone. You know, it speeds up the process of the game a little bit, so you get a little bit closer and closer together, and action starts to pick up. And the new map, Savage, is, again, in the experimental test server. If you want to play that, you have to sign up for it, and you have to basically, I guess, anybody can sign up, and, you know, but they're basically inviting you to play it. But it's a 4x4 map, so it's half the size of Erangel and Miramar. So if you're looking for even more streamlined action, sign up for the experimental test server and get in on the action with the Savage map. I have not tried it yet. I'm not going to be even bothering with that until it comes out. But if you like this video, hit that like button. Dislike it if you are so sick of PUBG's crap. And subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to check the links in the video description below, especially the one for Extra Life. Still trying to raise that $200. Haven't made any money yet. Would really love the help, guys. It's for children's charity, my local children's hospital. And they could really use the help. Don't worry, though, if you can't give, because it's $200. It's not a lot, and we got all year to do it. And I promise you, we will get it. One way or another, we will get it. And but if you can give, don't hesitate to donate. Until next time, guys, I'm Adam Wolf. This is PUBG, and I will see you guys in the next one.